I said, guess who's back? Man, guess who's back? I said, guess who's back? What's going on, boxing fans? It's Backchat TV and I'm back with another video. This time we're going to speak about Inoue. Inoue versus Luis Nery, a tough Mexican test. This was for the undisputed junior featherweight title. It didn't disappoint. Inoue is very quickly becoming one of my favorite fighters, one of the most exciting fighters to watch nowadays. It's a shame that his weight class is not really kind of stacked with talent like you'd get in the lightweight or the featherweight division. But there's still a lot of talent there and he's beating them all at the moment. He, like I said, is the undisputed junior featherweight title. This was for that title. Luis Nery was a good test on paper. I didn't know much about him prior to the fight, but I saw some of his knockouts. Definitely has power, tenacity, and he's a tough Mexican, so you know he's not going to be easy. So it was a nice test. I wanted to see, I want to see Inoue kind of tested in different ways, and this was a test on paper. So I like the fact that, he passed the test. I also like the fact that, he got dropped in the first round, which shows that nobody's perfect. He's a young fighter. He still needs to grow. He still needs discipline. There's still things for him to learn. But he is, an amazing talent. Very balanced, can do it all. Fight on the back foot, counter, can be aggressive coming forward. Fast, powerful, everyone knows that. Good defense, good offense. He can turn his offense into he can turn his defense into offense. I like the fact that he can slip shots and come in with his own shots. And there's so many different things he can do in different angles that it's very hard to beat. He has a lot of tools, and for a young guy, he's only going to go from strength to strength. So I'm excited to see what he does. Let's just speak about the fight for a little while. The first round. So the first round, they were kind of in a little bit of a clinch, and I think Inoue kind of pushed Nery back, and then he tried to land, I'm not sure if it was a left hook. I think it was a left hook. He tries to land a left hook, drops his right hand in a very kind of lazy way. Just wasn't quite warmed up. This is what I think you call getting caught cold. You just go in the ring, the fans are there. You're not really warmed up. This is the kind of mistake you kind of make, and he made this mistake. Dropped his right hand, and he caught Luis Nery caught him with a left hook, full power. This is the first round, first couple of seconds. Nery is not tired or anything, so he's got full power, and he took it well. And I think this shows first time he's been dropped, I think, and this shows that Inoue is not just a front runner or anything like that. He can take a shot. So, we're ticking all these boxes for Inoue, to be honest. He's ticked a lot of boxes. Now he's ticked the box that he can take a shot. He showed composure when he got dropped. He knew it was stupid. He could have avoided that if he had more concentration, discipline, focus at the beginning, but it woke him up. What I liked was that, he went down, he was looking at the ref as the ref was counting, he took his time, good composure. He didn't try to jump up as if nothing happened. That's how people get stopped. He got his legs underneath him. He wasn't really dazed or anything. He was more kind of stunned. It kind of woke him up, like I said, because from that moment onwards, he just looked in complete control. Nery didn't really have anything after that, to be honest. He's just tough, and tough is not enough if you're fighting Inoue. After he got up, second round, I think at some point in the second round, Inoue wanted his get back, and he got his get back. He was stepping back. Luis Nery was falling in, following him, overextending, which he did the whole fight, to be honest. He had zero defense. If you ask me, he's the classic Mexican style, which even Mexicans don't fight like this. He had no defense, just forward, aggressive. It's not going to work against Inoue, who can counter punch on the back foot. Too fast, too quick. There's a lot of times Nery was just standing in front of Inoue, and he caught him with jabs, with hooks at will. No defense, no nothing. But he was tough. And What I liked was when Inoue came back in the second round and dropped Neri, he was overextending. He showed a lot of composure again, you know, and that power came through as usual. Like I said, Inoue is a star in the making. He's a very balanced fighter. Like I said, he can do it all. But what I like about it is that he's not the finished article yet. He's young. He's still got a lot to learn. And there's a lot of things he can still do to improve, which is amazing. You don't want the finished article at his young age. You want him to grow and learn more and get more experience. Couple of things I like about Inoue so far. I like the fact that he's fought a tough guy like Neri. I like the fact that he was dropped, just shows that he's got a chin. I like the fact that he has fought extremely talented fighters like Cool Boy Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton, you know, say what you want to say about him now that he's been beaten, but he was really, you know, good boxer. Not really a lot of power, I would say, but good boxer, good back foot game, you know, and a very cautious fighter, very difficult person to knock out, and Inoue made it look easy. So that was a great test. I also like the fact, even more than Fulton in some ways, I like the way he disposed of Donaire. Nonito Donaire, a legend in the sport, so many fights, so many different styles, so much experience. Also a fighter with a lot of power. Like I said, he had some difficulty with Donaire, you know, and that's all because, you know, sometimes he was over aggressive. That experience, you know, that timing and things like that, it was a bit difficult to get that timing down. You only get that with experience. So I like the fact that he's had some difficult fights and with some experienced fighters, and he's passed all the tests. So he is a star. It doesn't matter the fact that the division is not that stacked. The fact that he has fought some good fighters, some potential fighters that could have caught him out at this stage in his career, and he's still unbeaten. I think that's a testament to how good he is. And, you know, he's got a bright future, you know. Like I said, he's in a weight class where it's not that stacked, but I feel like Inoue can, something about his shape, I feel like he can go up quite a few divisions. You know, I wouldn't put it past him to get up to like 130 pounds, kind of a fight with a kind of Lomachenko or something, you know, at some point. Not to rush him, but I mean at some point, I think he'd have a great chance against these kind of 130 pound fighters, you know. I don't think he could go to 135, but 130 pound, I think so. At some point, definitely, maybe more. But I see him capping at 130 pounds maybe, and I think he would be you know, a really good test for a lot of these fighters, because like I said, I think his power would carry. He's got a good frame that can carry that kind of weight. I think, like I said, his power would increase, and he's naturally athletic and stuff, you know. So I don't think he'd have a lot of trouble. I want to see the great things he's gonna do. Now, will he become a star? Becoming a star isn't just about your talent. It's about a lot of things. He's kind of, you know, he's a Japanese fighter. He fights in Japan quite a lot of the times. I would love to see him travel to Europe, the US, make his name in America, go to Australia, to the UK. You know, I'd like to see that a lot. For him to become a star, I think he probably needs to do that at some point. So I'd like to see that. Another thing, I would like to see him become a part of the drugs testing, you know, VADA. I'm not saying this just because I think he's cheating or anything like that, but I just think that, you know, in other countries, we don't know what their testing is like. Floyd Mayweather also said this, and I'm sure some people say he's kind of hating, you know, but I think it's something that you need in boxing, you know. The more you kind of sign up for this testing, the bigger star you become, and the more kind of doors open for you, because, you know, you're being tested, you're trusted, you get a lot of respect because of it, and you'll get a lot of top fights because of it, because there's a lot of fighters that might duck Inoue because, you know, he's not a part of VADA, you know. So that's one thing I'd like to see him do. And like I said, I'd like to see him come to the UK, come to America, become a star. And I think he can do it, you know. It's hard to completely gauge how good he is. I've heard lots of people saying, you know, he's the best, he might be one of the best ever, things like that. We can't say. The division is just not stacked enough to really give him those difficult tests. You know, we'll have to just see who he beats next. There are a few contenders that are good, but I don't see anyone in his division giving him any difficulty, you know. This guy Neri was tough, but that's all he was. He didn't have any defense, zero. You know, he didn't keep his hands up. He just knew how to come forward. There were so many times he had his hands down. There were so many times when, you know, he took a shot, but he wasn't that hurt. He could have got his hands up and he didn't. He likes to just kind of swing and match aggression with aggression. You know, so he was always going to get knocked out if you ask me. But yeah, great performance. I'm not going to make the video much longer. Still a fan of Inoue. I want to see him do great things, travel the world, come to the UK. I want to see him fight in America and yeah, do a lot of great things. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
I said, guess who's back? Man, guess who's back? I said, guess who's back?